Today we're going to be talking about the Zack Snyder director's cut of Justice League, just released on HBO Max today. I watched it. It's 4 hours long, which is a bit long, but there's a lot to it, and it's good. It's actually better than what was in the theaters and the Joss Whedon cut. It has some improvements. It's less funny. They took a lot of the jokes out. I guess most of those were Joss Whedon's impact, and they also got rid of the Russian family that was out there for no reason, that I guess he added to try and add some relatability for the audience, but it was completely unnecessary, and a lot of people said so about the first movie, so that was a welcome subtraction, and the jokes weren't really that necessary. Some of them were funny. The thing where, like, if you've seen Justice League, this is going to be some spoilers, but where Barry Allen writes on someone's face in a prison, and the part where Aquaman sits on the lasso of truth and starts talking about how he doesn't want to die, he's too young, and stuff like that. Like that those are the jokes that Joss Whedon added, and again, they weren't necessary. They don't help the story at all, but they do lighten the mood, which is what the intention of that theatrical release was. It was also, they made it PG by taking out a lot of the violence, which you can see in this director's cut. The fight scenes are more elaborate, they're more violent and more dark. Especially like in the very beginning, you notice it right away with the Wonder Woman introduction, where she fights against the people that just want to blow up a bomb. It's a lot more violent in this cut. Same with the fight with the Amazons for the first Mother Box. There's a lot more violence there, and that's really what you can see they were trying to get rid of in the theatrical cut. They were trying to get rid of the violence, they were trying to get rid of the darkness, and they tried to add jokes that didn't need to be there. They tried to cut down the time to 2 hours, which when you're introducing Cyborg, Aquaman, and Flash in the same movie, plus all this stuff with Darkseid and Steppenwolf, that 2 hours is not enough time to do all of that and tell a story. You can really see that with the Snyder Cut, which does a much better job. Like, they don't really go into Flash's origin very much. They do have some extra scenes with him though, but they definitely cover Cyborg's origin. Basically the whole origin story is in this movie if you watch the Snyder Cut. So you can see why Ray Fisher wasn't too happy with the way his character was treated by the Joss Whedon version. Overall though, it's a really good movie. It's definitely too long, 4 hours. Because it's streaming, they could stretch it out and add some extra scenes. There's some reshoots that were done, and you can tell kind of which ones they are because the actors look different. Like the epilogue at the end, Ben Afleck looks a lot thinner in the face than he does during the rest of the movie, so you can tell that was a reshoot. They do introduce a new superhero, but barely. Like, he's very briefly mentioned in it, and that's it. There is no Ryan Reynolds cameo, again a spoiler, but hopefully nobody's watching it because of that. But the epilogue could have got cut. There's a lot of long, boring Zack Snyder, like somebody's walking in the rain and there's slow music playing, and it's usually a slow cover of a song that already exists. Like, that's kind of Zack Snyder's thing, and he does it quite a bit in this. So if you cut the epilogue, and if you cut scenes like that didn't need to be there, you could come up with a really good, like, 3-hour movie. And, that's probably what Zack Snyder wanted to release if he had been given the time to finish what he had. But because it's on streaming now, again, this is just conjecture, but it looks like they added the stuff at the end to lead into Flashpoint, which is the new Flash movie coming, which is going to involve like time travel and things like that. I think they're going to do the different Earths too, so that'll be interesting, and then we'll see what happens there. But it does seem like that was part of the deal, that they had to add this epilogue to promote the new movies coming up, especially the Flash movie, which I believe is the next one, or though there might be an Aquaman, I'm not sure. But yeah, and there is also some changes to the Aquaman lore if you watch this version that doesn't match with the Aquaman movie, but that makes sense because originally they were basing it on the theatrical release, not Zack Snyder's release. So, and they got rid of the whole like using the air bubble to talk to each other and stuff in the Aquaman movie. So, but they used it like 3 or 4 times in this cut. So that there's a little bit of a disconnect there, but other than that, it is a good movie. They got rid of a lot of the stuff that wasn't necessary, which is the stuff that Joss Whedon added to make it PG and to make it more upbeat and friendly, I guess. And I had some jokes and stuff, but no, it wasn't necessary, especially given the tone of Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman. It wasn't necessary to just completely change it and try and punch it up with jokes. That didn't add anything. The Russian family didn't add anything. So I really wish that this would have been the theatrical cut. Not the 4-hour version, but a 3-hour edited version of this 4-hour version would have been good. It's more violent, it's darker, but it's still entertaining. And it would have led up to another sequel with Darkseid, which would have been great to watch. And you know, like this is kind of like their Infinity War leading up to Thanos. But it's good, it's worth watching. To sum up, it's worth getting HBO Max for a month, or Crave if you're in Canada like I am, for a month just to watch this. And maybe stay signed up for the other things. HBO Max does have some good shows that I am going to be watching and doing reviews on, and also movies. But it's good and it's worth watching. If it came out in a 3-hour DVD, I'd probably buy it. You know, or just because, but they do need to cut out a lot of the fluff. Like, we don't need to see Lois Lane walking in the rain for 2-3 minutes with an emo song playing. Like, that's not necessary, and it's in there for padding, basically, because they wanted to stretch it out to 4 hours for this stream. But, yeah, a 3-hour DVD cut would be a buyable movie. So that's it for Zack Snyder's director's cut. It's watchable, it's good, it's better than what was released in theaters, and this would be a much better sequel to the Batman vs. Superman. I recommend watching it. If you like the Justice League movie, this is better. If you like the Batman vs. Superman movie, this is better. This is an actual sequel to that, not Justice League, which kind of threw away a lot of that stuff. So this is good, and it's watchable. It is worth signing up for at least a month just to watch this show. So thank you. If you like the video, like, share, subscribe, or all the above. I'll be continuing to do more movie reviews, and you'll be notified when they're online. Thank you, and have a nice day.